So, every dawn in autumn promises a fresh beginning, glowing with a clear sky and sparkling dewdrops. It heralds Bengal's most precious event, that is Durgapuja. This autumn again drove all of us together to celebrate Durgapuja 2023. Durgapuja for the Bengalis is much more than a festival. It is a carnival and an emotion that marks the time of happy tides. Families immerse themselves in this 5-day gala of awesome food, pandal hopping, music and cultural evenings, and welcoming Ma Durga back to her parental home. শিউলি ফুলের গন্ধ, তুলোর মতো মেঘ, আকাশ কাশের বন, ঢাকের বাজনা জানান দিচ্ছে মায়ের আগমন। মা আসছেন অ্যান্ড মায়ের সেই আগমনী বার্তাকে আমরা অনেক দিন আগে থেকেই তার পদচারণা পদধ্বনি শুনতে পাচ্ছি। সেই সেলিব্রেশনের জন্য আজকে আমাদের দুটো অনুষ্ঠান একসঙ্গে। প্রথম অনুষ্ঠান NDLI ক্লাব ইভেন্ট দুর্গাপূজা অফ কলকাতা, Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. And in the second half, we have another program that is Agomoni, organized by MAR Committee of Elite College of Engineering. So, we will be listening our honorable guest and our honorable principal sir and the MAR Committee chairperson Krishna madam. But before that, I would request Kitolekha ma'am to felicitate principal sir, Krishna madam and our honorable guest. Professor Dr. Sudeep Basak is being felicitated by Kitolekha ma'am. Professor Dr. K. Hajra is being felicitated by Kitolekha ma'am. Certificate ma'am. Dr. Ramanuj Goswami is being felicitated by Kitolekha ma'am. Now I would request our honorable principal sir, please welcome our guest as well as the students.
Oh, good. Acha, ठीक है. Hello? Yes. Silence, please, students. Okay. Yes. So another one year has gone since last year. This October time, we had festivals, and this year also we are organizing the same festival, but in a different way. So today is a day-long program. So in the first half, there is a photographic competition and a presentation by our eminent speaker, Dr. Ramanuj Goswami, who happened to be associated with our college. So thanks for coming here. And he will give a brief presentation of today's theme of today's program. And in the second half, we have obviously the Agomoni program, which is a cultural program organized by the MAR committee of this college. And I wish all the best, and I should thank the students for the excellent photographs which I can see from the stage, and thanks to them. With these few words, I would like to conclude. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would request MAR Committee Chairperson, Professor Dr. K. Hajra ma'am, please come up on the dais and welcome the guest as well as the students on this particular program.
Thank you. Thank you, Muhua madam. Today, Principal Sir, our guest and my beloved student, we are here for our photography competition for NDLI and also the Agomoni from the MARC committee. We are celebrating here. So first I want to know what is your the NLI. So the National Digital Library of India, NDLI, plays a critical role in fostering career advancement for students, job seekers, researchers, and learners by establishing NDLI clubs in educational institutes and nodal bodies. The organization provides platform for various events aimed at enabling students to enhance their knowledge, skill, and qualities beyond the confines of their regular curriculum. These events are vital for their professional growth in their respective fields. Both physical and virtual events are conducted by NDLI clubs, with virtual events being web-based and hosted through the NDI Club portal. These events are organized at different levels, including the institute level, city, district, state, regional level, and even at the all India level. So here from the NDLI Club, we are organizing here a photography competition. Here all of you see the 150 number of photograph here. We have got 150 number of photographs. So from there, the competition will select first, second, and third. So this one for the NDLI club. And from the MAR committee here, we are here organize a program on Agomoni. So from the last 3 years, we are organizing the Agomoni. So Agomoni, all of you know, the Durgapuja is a Hindu festival celebration of the mother goddess and the victory of the warrior goddess Durga over the demon Mahishasur. The festival represents female power as a Shakti in the universes. It is a festival of good over evil. Durga Puja is one of the greatest festivals of India. In addition to being a festival for the Hindus, it is also time for union of family, friends, and a ceremony of cultural values and the custom. So we are all now waiting for the Durga Puja. So this season of the Sharad, all of you know the Shivli Fool is here, the Kash Fool, Shivli Fool, all are blooming, and all are inviting us for a great festival. Okay, so we will celebrate our Durga Puja in very near one. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now this is the time for the inauguration of the photography exhibition. I must congratulate NDLI committee that they have successfully collected innumerable number of photographs, and among them they have chosen some of the very 200 plus photographs they have actually collected. So I must congratulate the team. So now it's the time for our honorable guest to inaugurate this exhibition, and I would request Dr. Ramanuj Goswami, sir, please go over there and please.
অ্যানাউন্সমেন্ট করুন, সবাই যেন যে যার জায়গায় দাঁড়িয়ে থাকে, কেউ যেন ওখানে গিয়ে ভিড় না করে, তাহলে ভিডিওটা হবে না। শুধু স্যারেরা যাবেন, ম্যাডাম যাবেন, ঠিক আছে?
Okay. I request all the students, please take your seat. Please don't go and gather over there. And I would request our honorable principal sir and Hajra madam, please go over there and please inaugurate the photography exhibition. Moving forward to the next session. Moving forward to the next session, that is the session by our guest speaker, Dr. Ramanuj Goswami. Before sir comes up on the dais, let me introduce him in front of the audience. Dr. Ramanuj Goswami is an eminent scholar and resource person of Indian culture and heritage. He is giving invited lectures regularly at renowned organizations. He has authored more than 200 articles on various issues in journals and magazines of national and international repute. Apart from that, he has written several books also in Bengali and English languages. He is a great researcher of Oriental studies, and for his contribution, he has received many awards also. Besides, he is a professional economist, and in recognition of his high scholastic order and patronage to the cause of research and development, along with his continuous and sincere efforts for the propagation, modernization and popularization of knowledge and skill, he has been selected as Fellow of International American Council for Research and Development. So let us welcome our honorable guest speaker for today's session, that is Dr. Ramanuj Goswami. And let me add one more point, that Professor Ramanuj Goswami, once upon a time, not very long ago, he used to take classes in our college also. And there are students, I think, right here, they have also done the classes of Dr. Ramanuj Goswami, sir. So, sir, please come up on the dais and please start your session.
Hello. 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 Namaskar. A very good afternoon to all of you. It's an honor that the Elite College of Engineering has invited me to deliver a few words on Indian culture, along with a special focus on Durgapuja, the greatest festival of Bengal. particularly at this time when it's knocking at our door. I think the day after tomorrow is Mohalaya. For that reason, I'm really very, very grateful to the authority of this college. I would like to convey my thankful gratitude to Honorable Principal Sir, who has come here of this college, and side by side, all the faculty members and staff of this educational institution. Well, now I'm coming to the topic of today's program, but first of all, we must know what the word culture actually means, because without the proper realization of this, one cannot just proceed towards a discussion on the cultural heritage of that civilization, which is undoubtedly the last and only living civilization of the ancient era, that is Indian civilization. I want to mention this as Durgapuja is not at all any isolated event or phenomenon. Basically, it's an indispensable as well as fundamental part of the rich legacy of Indian cultural heritage. What does the word culture mean? It's basically a collection or compilation of the traditional values. It's the characteristics and knowledge of a particular group of people encompassing language, religion, social habits, music, and arts. Now, I would like to utter a few words on the uniqueness of Indian culture throughout the world. First of all, let us have a look at the features for which Indian culture is unique and highly admirable throughout the world. What are the features? These are not very uncommon features. Perhaps all of us have knowledge about it. One is continuity. There is a continuous flow. And another is unity in diversity. We all know about it from our school days. Another is family system, family culture. Number 4 is religious harmony. Number 5 is tolerance and acceptance. Number 6 is a perfect blending of spirituality and materialism. And last but not least, spirituality above all. Now I would like to add 1 or 2 sentences for each of these features. Continuity means a continuous flow, and Indian civilization, as we all know, that it's continuing. It has a continuous flow like the river Ganges throughout the ages. India has seen so many external aggressions, many invaders, they have come from outside. India has seen so many socio-economic and political changes. India has seen a devastating partition in the year 1947. But in spite of all these, the ultimate feature remains unaltered. Number 2 is unity in diversity. As I have already mentioned, we have learned about this from our school days. There is diversity in each and every aspect. Diversity in the languages, food habits, social customs, fashions, garments, and even in many cases, we can see diversity in physical outlook also. I'm talking about the inhabitants of our country. Basically, India is not only a mere country. It can be described as a subcontinent, that is Indian subcontinent. We can see geographical diversity also. But at the end of the day, we are all Indians. When the question of nationalism comes, when the question of World Cup cricket comes, then we generally stand in a same queue. Now the World Cup cricket is moving on and we are enjoying it. Then comes religious harmony. It means a peaceful coexistence of all the religions within the geographical territory. And it's very common in India. It's the general trend of our country from the ages. I'm talking about the general trend. I'm not focusing about some isolated events or riots, because these are not of any significance, I think. Then comes tolerance and acceptance. It means Indians, they did not attack any country at any time, because Indians, I mean our forefathers, they had no such intention to make any country as their colony. This is the difference between our culture and the Western philosophy. We all know that India was a colony of the British rulers for almost 200 years. But Indians, they didn't make any country as their colony, because we have deep tolerance and a sense of acceptance and admiration for every culture, for every community, and for every country. And for this reason, India has been highly recognized since ages. Another important aspect for which India is unique throughout the world is that in our culture, family is very important. It's 2023, and I'm seeing that so many students who belong to young generation, they are present here. But to them also, they are, members of modern era. But they are Indians, and it's a general rule, general conclusion that mostly to an Indian, family welfare comes first and much more before than individual welfare. So family occupies an important place in Indian culture. Then comes a perfect blending of spirituality and materialism. In Indian philosophy and Indian culture, we can find out 4 ultimate objectives. That is 4 ultimate goals. One is religion, the another is wealth, the third is the desires, and finally the liberation or the salvation. That is dharma, arth, kam, and moksha. These all 4, these all are categorized as purusharth in Indian philosophy and Indian culture. See, our forefathers, they did not deny the necessity of the accumulation of wealth or the fulfillment of our desires. But what they pointed out is that everything you can do according to your need, according to your wish, but you must consider one thing. You must do it through the path of religion or spirituality. And for that reason, religion comes first. And on the other hand, they did not deny the necessity of materialism, consumerism. Actually, I'm suffering a little bit common cough and cold due to the weather condition. I hope. Please don't mind. So, spirituality occupies the vital role, the pivoting role in Indian culture. Basically, our Indian culture is a generated culture, not an imported one, like the Western philosophy. Hence, we, the people of India, that is Bharat, we are giving emphasis on mostly the values, though we often use the term values and ethics accordingly. But these are not the same thing. Ethics determines up to what extent or what level our works, options are right or wrong. But values tell us about our priorities for life. In this context, I'm telling you a very small story. Let us suppose that I'm alone in this room. No one is present here. There is not at all any CC camera, and no one has seen me to enter into this room. And what I have found here? Suppose I have found a watch made of gold and decorated by precious diamonds, emeralds, rubies, etc. on this table. Now, it's the question, what is my duty? Accordingly, the ethics, it will tell me, don't steal it because it is not your watch. Okay, at this phase, I will add that this lecture will be bilingual to some extent, so that particularly our students can understand this, and it will be, I think, more accessible to them. তো এখানে যেটা দাঁড়ালো, আমার কি করণীয়? এথিক্স যেটা বলে সেটা হচ্ছে এটা নিও না। যদি তুমি ধরা পড়ে যাও তাহলে তোমাকে জেলে যেতে হবে, because it is not your watch. But when we are talking about the values, যখন আমরা ভ্যালিউজের কথা বলবো তখন সেটা এই শাস্তি বা কোনো একটা ইমপ্রিজনমেন্ট এরকম কিছু বলবে না। সেটা বলবে যে তুমি এটা করবে না বিকজ ইউ মাস্ট বি অ্যান অনেস্ট পারসন। দ্যাটস দ্য ডিফারেন্স বিটুইন ভ্যালিউজ অ্যান্ড এথিক্স। দ্যাটস ওয়াই we are giving emphasis on value education, that is regeneration of your inner self, which will help you to become an honest person, a good person by heart. That is the difference between Indian civilization and the Western school of thought. I'm not imposing us any sense of humiliation or something like that to the other culture, but definitely our culture is very much unique in this sense. So, in short, what is the gist of Indian culture? That is the key to Indian culture. Basically, we can make a substance by two words. One is spirituality and the another is humanism or humanity. And when these two words make a nexus, an integration, then we can find a term that is a single phrase that is spiritual humanism, adhyatmik manobatabad, or spiritual humanity, that is adhyatmik manobata. We all know that our Durgapuja, it has received the recognition from the UNESCO. Okay? Just after the independence of India, in the year 1948, a teacher, a renowned teacher, a philosopher, a delegate, he was an Indian. He addressed the General Conference of UNESCO. It was held in Beirut. He was no other than Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. He was the leader of the delegates. I would like to mention a few words from his address. Dr. Radhakrishnan told that it was his address to UNESCO. He told that the threat which hangs over human civilization is the symptom of a desperate moral need. There can be no stable future for the world without a spiritual revolution, without a transformation of human motivation. A good world cannot be built on pride or selfishness, hatred or injustice, greed or lust for power. A spiritual renewal is necessary if the world is to be saved. A new purpose must coordinate our education, our science, and our culture, make them integral elements which should inspire all our activities. আমরা স্পষ্টই বুঝতে পারছি যে এখানে উনি যেটা বলতে চাইলেন সেটা হচ্ছে আধ্যাত্মিকতার কথা। এখানে উনি বলতে চাইলেন মানবতার কথা, কিন্তু it will be amalgamated with spirituality, এবং এটা এমনই একটা weapon, এমনই একটা মেডিসিন that is capable to cure all the disease, according to him. It's not that Radhakrishnan was the first to mention about this. Long before him, another famous Bengali person who was a revolutionary, and after that he transformed into a sage, a seer, a yogi, who was Rishi Aurobindo. He told about spiritual nationalism. He was involved in armed revolution, as we all know. But after that, he realized that India will be free in due course. But first of all, our countrymen, our inhabitants will be prepared, must be prepared for that. They must be united for that. They must work unitedly for the sake of the country. And for that reason, the key will be spirituality, irrespective of caste and creed, irrespective of religion, because spirituality is far beyond the mere religiousness. It lies something higher than it. And with this, we must be united, and we can work unitedly for the freedom movement. It was his famous, if you can find it in internet also, the famous Uttarpara speech of Rishi Aurobindo. He gave it in the year 1910. And before Aurobindo, we can find it in several speeches and writings of Swami Vivekananda. According to him, humanity is the need of time. It must be coupled with spirituality. Swamiji placed spirituality above all. According to him, spirituality is the basic characteristic feature of Indian civilization. And he emphasized that India, in spite of so many external aggressions, still became capable to unalter its basic nature due to the spiritual strength of the inhabitants, I mean the Indians. A question may arise. Why I am speaking all of these? I am talking these, I am mentioning this because the essence of today's Durgapuja is basically related to this spiritual humanism and nothing else, in some way or other. As we all know that we have got the recognition from UNESCO. It's a very prestigious issue for us. Considering the many traditional values, workers, artists, and sentiments involved, the UNESCO, that is, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, has finally included Kolkata's famous Durgapuja, the greatest festival of Bengali community, Bengali diaspora, in its Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity list. Now the question that comes, I know many of us, we have idea about it. Still, I am mentioning here once again, what is intangible cultural heritage? Intangible cultural heritage means nothing but some unique oral traditions, performing arts, it may be some rituals, festivals, etc., which hold immense relevance for the communities. It has become part of a nation's collective heritage. Durga Puja is a collective event. It has become a collective event. It's not at all a private worshipping of the goddess Durga. Now, I would like to tell a few words regarding the reason behind this recognition. UNESCO and the members of this particular institution, they have found that initiatives have been taken to involve so many marginalized groups, marginalized people who were just incapable to take part in the mainstream society, the backward class, the poorer section of the society. They may be illiterate even. They may be very poor, and individuals as well as women. That is an idea of women empowerment. In this context, I would like to tell you that it's not the case that Kolkata, I mean Durga Puja, was organized for the first time in Kolkata. It's not like that. It's not like that Durga Puja was organized for the first time in Bengal, I mean undivided Bengal. It's not like that. No one can tell the exact time from when Durga Puja is going on, because if we study our ancient scriptures like Vedas and Upanishads, then also we can find the rituals, the worshipping of goddess Durga. We can find different names of her. So, the basic difference between today's Durga Puja, that is public or community Durga Puja, and the ancient time Durgapuja is that once upon a time, particularly up to the 19th century, it was very much limited to the kings, the zamindars class, and etc. etc. It was a symbol of showing pride, wealth, assets, and power. It was 1790, 1799 সালে হুগলিতে গুপ্তিপাড়া বলে একটা জায়গা আছে। হুগলি জেলায় আমাদের গুপ্তিপাড়া বলে একটা জায়গা আছে। ওখানে 12 জন ব্রাহ্মণ বন্ধু তারা মিলে ঠিক করলেন যে এই দুর্গাপুজোটাকে এতদিন পর্যন্ত তো সব রাজা মহারাজারা বা জমিদাররাই চালিয়ে চলেছে, এবং সেখানে হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে সাধারণ মানুষ যায়, প্রসাদ খায়, চলে আসে, কিন্তু অ্যাজ সাচ পার্টিসিপেশন, ইনভলভমেন্ট স্পন্টেনিয়াসলি হয় না, কারণ তার সুযোগও নেই, কারণ তাদের কোনো অথরিটি নেই। তাই একটা কমিউনিটি ফেস্টিভ্যালের পর্যায়ে আমরা নিয়ে যাব, কমিউনিটি পূজা। এই শুরু হলো 12 ইয়ারি পূজা। ইয়ার দোস্ত, আমরা একটা কথা বলি, ইয়ার দোস্ত, এর মানে হচ্ছে 12 জন বন্ধু মিলে শুরু করেছিলেন, তা থেকেই হলো 12ওয়ারি পূজা। এরপরে আমরা দেখব যে কলকাতায় যে মোটামুটিভাবে মনে করা হয়, এটা নিয়েও অনেক কন্ট্রোভার্সি আছে। 1909, 100 বছরের কিছু বেশি, ওখানে আমরা দেখেছি ভবানীপুরে একটা সনাতন ধর্মসভা, এই ধরনের একটা কমিটি ছিল। ওরা প্রথম কলকাতায় 12ওয়ারি দুর্গাপুজো শুরু করল, এবং সেখানে সভাপতিত্ব করেছিলেন ঋষি অরবিন্দ। তারপরে তো আরও অনেক ক্ষেত্রেই হয়েছে। আমরা দেখব যে 1938-39-এ এই যে বাগবাজার সর্বজনীন, এখানে এ প্রসঙ্গে আমি একটা কথা বলে রাখি, সেটা হচ্ছে আমি জানি অনেকেই হয়তো জানবেন, এখানে ফ্যাকাল্টি মেম্বাররাও রয়েছেন। জেনারেলি আমরা সার্বজনীন কথাটা বলি, কোট আনকোট, এটা কিন্তু একটা ভুল কনসেপ্ট। বলা উচিত সর্বজনীন। যখন আমরা 12ওয়ারি পুজো নিয়ে কথাটা বলছি, সর্বজনের জন্য, কারণ 12ওয়ারিতে সবাই সেখানে পার্টিসিপেট করে, তাই সর্বজনীন। সার্বজনীন কথাটার মানে হচ্ছে একটা সবার মধ্যে শ্রেষ্ঠ। যেমন মহাত্মা গান্ধী, তিনি একজন সার্বজনীন লিডার ছিলেন। দুর্গাপূজা একটা সার্বজনীন উৎসব, শ্রেষ্ঠ উৎসব বাঙালিদের, তখন আমরা বলি সার্বজনীন। কিন্তু সাধারণভাবে এই ভুলটা সব জায়গাতেই করা হয়, বাগবাজার সার্বজনীন, মিলন সংঘ সার্বজনীন, এরকম একটা চালিয়ে দেওয়া হয়। এটা একটা কমন মিস্টেক। তো যাই হোক, এইভাবে দুর্গাপুজো ধীরে ধীরে 12ওয়ারি হতে শুরু করলো, এবং ডেফিনেটলি ইট হ্যাজ বিকাম মোর ওয়াইড স্প্রেড বাই দ্য পাবলিক অর্গানাইজেশনস, দ্য ক্লাবস, দ্যাট ইজ দ্য 12ওয়ারি পূজাস। এবং আজকে তো আমরা দেখছি থিম পূজা। বেসিক্যালি ইটস দ্য নিড অফ টাইম। থিম পূজা ইজ আনঅ্যাভয়েডেবল, এবং এই থিম পুজোর মাধ্যমে যেটা হচ্ছে সেটা হচ্ছে একটা স্প্রেড অফ সাম মেসেজেস, সাম সোশ্যাল মেসেজেস, লাইক অ্যাফরেস্টেশন, ইরাডিকেশন অফ ইলিটারেসি, উইমেন এম্পাওয়ারমেন্ট, এটসেট্রা এটসেট্রা। দে আর ডুইং ডেফিনেটলি গুড জবস। এবং ইনভলভমেন্টের কথাটা যদি ধরি হিউম্যানিটি পার্সপেক্টিভে, সেখানে আমরা দেখব যে মেকিং অফ আইডল, যে আর্টিস্ট করছেন তার যারা হেল্পার থাকছেন, এবং তার সঙ্গে সঙ্গে আমরা দেখছি যে উইপন্স যারা তৈরি করছেন, অর্নামেন্টস যারা তৈরি করছেন, প্যান্ডেল ডেকোরেশন করছেন, জুয়েলারি যারা করছেন, আরও অনেক রকমের কাজ রয়েছে। এবং ডাইরেক্টলি বা ইনডাইরেক্টলি দুর্গাপুজোর সঙ্গে জড়িয়ে থাকছে মিলিয়নস অ্যান্ড মিলিয়নস অফ পিপল। আমরা যদি এর ইকোনমিক সাইডটা নিয়ে দেখি, তাহলে একটা কথা অবশ্যই আমাকে বলতে হয়, সেটা হচ্ছে a few years ago there was a survey regarding Kolkata Durga Puja by the British Council, and what they have found, তারা এটাই দেখেছিলেন যে কলকাতার দুর্গাপুজোর যে মার্কেট ইকোনমি সেটা হচ্ছে প্রায় ৩৫,০০০ কোটি টাকা। কলকাতার দুর্গাপুজোর যে মার্কেট ইকোনমি, যে টোটাল ভলিউম অফ ট্রেড, সেটা হচ্ছে ৩৫,০০০ কোটি টাকা, অলমোস্ট 5 বিলিয়ন US ডলার। সো ইটস আ হিউজ অ্যামাউন্ট। অবশ্যই এটাকে আমরা একটা ইকোনমিক সেন্সে ইউজ করতে পারি, যেটা ইন্ডিয়ান জিডিপি বা ন্যাশনাল ইনকামের ক্ষেত্রে একটা কন্ট্রিবিউশন তো বটেই। লাস্ট বাট নট লিস্ট আমরা যেটা বলবো সেটা হচ্ছে যে পুজো এই ওয়ার্ডটা এর সঙ্গে জড়িয়ে থাকে কি? ডিভোশন, রেসপেক্ট, a sense of purity, sanctity, etc. But Durga Puja is not limited to that. It's far beyond that. It's a festival of life, isn't it? Because can you imagine, এখানে এমন কি কেউ আছে যে দুর্গা পুজোটাকে মাত্র কিছু স্ট্রিক্ট রিলিজিয়াস বা স্পিরিচুয়াল রিচুয়ালস তার মধ্যেই কনফাইন্ড করে ভাবতে পারে? দুর্গাপুজো কি শপিং ছাড়া ভাবা যায়? দুর্গাপুজো মানেই হচ্ছে আমরা দেখব যে ফুড ফ্রম আউটসাইড, প্যান্ডেল হপিং, এটা ছাড়া কি দুর্গাপুজোকে ভাবা যায়? যায় না কখনো। সো ইটস আ পারফেক্ট ব্লেন্ডিং অফ স্পিরিচুয়ালিটি অ্যান্ড কনজিউমারিজম। দুর্গাপুজো মানেই রিইউনিয়ন অফ ফ্রেন্ডস, ফ্যামিলি মেম্বার্স। এটা ছাড়া দুর্গাপুজো ভাবা যায় না। লাস্টলি আমি যেটা বলতে চাইছি সেটা হচ্ছে যে কালচারাল হেরিটেজ বলতে আমরা কি বুঝি। এখানে আমরা আলোচনা করছিলাম কালচারাল হেরিটেজ নিয়ে। কালচারাল হেরিটেজ অ্যাকর্ডিং টু ইউনেস্কো, আই এম টেলিং ইউ, ইজ দ্য সোল অফ এনি সিভিলাইজেশন অ্যান্ড ইজ আ ব্রিজ বিটুইন দ্য জেনারেশনস। আ নেশনস কালচারাল হেরিটেজ অ্যান্ড ন্যাচারাল হিস্ট্রি মেক ইট ইউনিক অ্যান্ড প্রেশিয়াস. We should therefore preserve it at any cost so that it attains acclaim at the global level while also serving as a milestone for the nation. তাই আমরা এটা যেমন একটা পেয়েছি, it's a prestigious honor for us to have this recognition from UNESCO, কিন্তু অ্যাজ ইন্ডিয়ান এটা আমাদের একটা দায়িত্বের মধ্যেও পড়ে যে আমরা এর কন্টিনিউটি, যেটা আমি প্রথমেই বলেছিলাম, কন্টিনিউটি এটা হচ্ছে ইন্ডিয়ান কালচারের একটা মেইন ফিচারের মধ্যে পড়ে, আমি প্রথমেই বলেছি, থ্রু আউট দ্য এজেস। সেটাকে যাতে আমরা প্রিজার্ভ করতে পারি ফর দ্য এজেস, আমাদের ফোরফাদাররা সেটা করে গেছেন, তারা আমাদেরকে জেনারেশন আফটার জেনারেশন এটা তারা প্রিজার্ভ করেছেন। Now it's our turn to ensure this. দুর্গাপুজোর একটা কথা দিয়ে আমি আজকের লেকচারটা শেষ করতে চাইছি। আমরা সকলেই চণ্ডীপাঠ শুনে অভ্যস্ত, বিশেষ করে পরশু মহালয়া, সেখানে মহালয়ার সকাল মানেই চণ্ডীপাঠ। তো চণ্ডীপাঠে একটা জায়গায় বলা আছে না, ইয়া দেবী সর্বভূতেষু দয়ারূপেণ সংস্থিতা। দয়া, what does it mean? Kindness. It's related to humanity by at large. It's not related to selfishness, not related to any sort of boorishness, anger, hatred. So it's high time for us to preserve our culture. I hope that the listeners have enjoyed this lecture, and I have tried to present it in a lucid way. Once again, I would like to convey my thankful gratitude to Honorable Principal Sir, Chairperson Ma'am, to give me the opportunity to deliver this lecture in front of you. Thanks to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for enlightening the audience by your valuable lecture. And I request our honorable guest, Dr. Ramanuj Goswami sir. Sir, please announce the first, second, third of the photography exhibition cum competition conducted by NDLI Club.
Okay.
Now I would request the audience, now you can go for a lunch break for half an hour, and we will be coming back right here at 2 p.m. All of you are requested to come back to the MBA seminar hall at 2 p.m. It's a very short lunch break for half an hour. You can go and you can take your lunch, and please come back at 2 p.m. করছে না লাইভ ইউটিউবে, বলছে আমাদের নাচ টাচ ইউটিউবে লাইভ থাকবে না। গানটান অবধি থাক, ওই ওপেনিং সংটা অবধি থাক, তারপর বন্ধ করে হ্যাঁ, গীতলেখা ম্যামদের পোর্শনটা বাদ দিয়ে দেবেন, ওনারা যেহেতু চাইছেন না লাইভে যেতে। টেবিলটা, আর পোডিয়ামের মাইকটা উপরে তুলে দেবে।
Hello, hello, hello.
I request all the students, please settle down. Request all the students, please settle down. First year students, all of you please settle down. হলে যারা আছো একটু বসে যাও, সবাই একটু বসে যাও। Welcome back to the second half of NDLI Club event, Durgapuja of Kolkata, Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. Now is the time for the prize distribution of our two-day photography exhibition cum competition. I would request our honorable guest, Dr. Ramanuj Goswami, please come up on the dais and please announce the winners of the photography competition.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
ফার্স্ট প্রায়োরিটি ঋদ্ধিমান দাস অফ মেকানিক্যাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং।
আচ্ছা ফটোগ্রাফি কম্পিটিশনে ফার্স্ট হয়েছে ফোর্থ ইয়ার মেকানিক্যালের ধৃতিমান দাস। সেকেন্ড হয়েছে সিভিল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং ফোর্থ ইয়ার শুভ্রদীপ সেন। আচ্ছা, আর থার্ড হয়েছে রূপম মল্লিক।
ঠিক আছে, এরপর নেই আমি বলবো। হ্যালো, আচ্ছা, so we have our first, second, and hello, Mohishasur, please settle down. I know you are very busy today, but please listen to me. Our first, second, and third prize already announced, but after that, we want to let you know our procedure of selection of initial 25 photographs, then after the final 3. To do so, we had our internal jury members. They were our from exam cell, Mr. Amit Sarkar, from Department of Electrical Engineering, Mr. Surajit Saha, and myself, Shotobrata Poddar, from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. We three all together selected the initial 25 selections. They have showcased here in today's exhibition, and after that we had our today's guest, Mr. Dr. Ramanuj Goswami, with us, and one another external judge, Mr. Setu Ghosh from the Department of Civil Engineering, EIEM. These two external judges together, they selected first, second, and third. But after that, we observed very close contest between the competitors. So we thought it will be very worthy to disclose the special mention for the next few more photographs. Like in fourth position was Abhijit Mukherjee, then Miss Ankita Paul for a very wonderful composition with a little girl holding a mirror in front of Kashful. I don't know the English translation of Kashful. And another is Pritam Biswas. And the last one is Shoumodip Haldar. So, altogether we have disclosed 4 more names of the competitors. They had very close fight in between themselves, but finally we had to select the final 3s, and we have the name of the final ones. And that's all from my side. Thank you.
Now we have come to the last portion of the NDLI Club event. I am very thankful to our honorable guest, Dr. Ramanuj Goswami, and I would request NDLI Club President and the Secretary, sirs, you please felicitate, and it's a token of appreciation. On behalf of Elite College of Engineering, a certificate of appreciation should be given to Dr. Ramanuj Goswami, sir. So thank you NDLI club members for conducting such a successful and a very amazingly beautiful program. Now moving forward, it is the second half of today's program of like Agamoni and Durgapuja of Kolkata. So for the Agamoni, I would like to request Bijoya ma'am to please come up on the dais, and I would like to hand over the microphone to Bijoya ma'am. I would request the audience, please give us 5 more minutes for the preparation. After 5 minutes, we will be starting our next program, that is Agamoni, which will be conducted by MAR Committee of Elite College of Engineering. Please allow us 5 minutes for the preparation.